ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my very first ever Minecraft Let's Play video. I'm not starting a new world because, well, this world is already too epic. I don't want to get rid of it. Let's get down to business. So this is my Minecraft world. This is probably the big centerpiece of it is Hogwarts. It's practically my masterpiece, and as you can still see, I'm still building it. So why don't we go in through the main entrance? We'll walk it. Now, I can't give you a tour of it in this video because the castle is so large. I'll make a separate video for that, and there are certain other places too that would require their own separate videos to be toured. But so we're going to go in through the entrance in the castle like this. So we're walking along the way. Just walking here, this glowstone little entry. Keep going forward. If you're wondering what this is my monorail track. We'll be riding that in a moment. And we're currently still going through major renovations right now. Like, this is going to be the new monorail station I can show you when I tour Hogwarts. So we're going to come up here. And welcome to the Grand Central Monorail Station. So we're going to go take a minecart on the old people mover track, as I like to call it. So this is the Diamond Line. It's the express line to Hollywoodland, and so we have to go on it like this. So I'll make sure I'm not floating. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so we're going to come down. You can see some of the stuff already. I'll tell you what some of these things are in a moment. So we're going to come down here. It goes really, really fast, so this might cause the camera to go crazy. Because I'm filming this on my iPod. So, hold on tight, here we go. And, welcome to Hollywood. Alright, whoops. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this is the Hollywood station. And over there, if you're wondering, is the Grauman's Chinese Theater. So we're going to come down here. And then we come out here into Hollywood, and this down here is the Haunted Mansion. We will go through that attraction in a separate video, and I will tell you about when I constructed it because the ride is so large. And down here, of course, is the Grauman's Chinese Theater. I like to call it the centerpiece of Hollywood because it oddly just fell in the center. And I'll give you a tour of this in a separate video, but we'll go into the forecourt. This is not a one-to-one scale replica of the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, but it's the closest I could do out of my head. And this is practically, currently, my second most detailed project I ever did. The most detailed currently is the Haunted Mansion. Oh, and yes, this is the Hollywood side. I actually have a special viewing platform for it over here. The reason why it says Hollywoodland is because it used to say Hollywoodland, but then I dwarfed it to Hollywood for numerous reasons. You also get good views of the Chinese Theater and a really good view of the facade for the Haunted Mansion right here. But here's Hollywood. There's Hollywood sign. Take it in for a little bit. And, alright, well, let's keep going. Alright, so we're gonna go over here to Hollywood Boulevard, which the Grauman's Chinese Theater currently lays on. We're gonna pass the ticket booth, which is actually the only remaining NPC structure I have in the town. I destroyed all of them when I found this place, so yeah, this is the ticket or box office, as they call it, for the Hollywood Performing Arts Center. Now, we can go in that today, because it's not huge enough to require its own separate video. We will also, for my friends, we will be going to the scary Puerto Rican forest. Alright, so here we are. This is the Hollywood Performing Arts Center. This is what it looks like when it's really far away. Now, the cool thing about this is that this used to be a bank. Of course, I tore out the bank because it was really poorly designed. And when I tore out all the floors, I realized I had a ton of space in here to build something. So I decided to build this beautiful Performing Arts Center. And yeah, so this is the balcony level, but this is where you enter in, and the floor level, which is really, really big, is actually like underground. And if I were to actually dig up into this, this would lead me straight to the other end of Hollywood Boulevard. And of course, there's the stage, and it's a big curtain, and of course, there's chandeliers up here too. So there's nothing really behind it that I really need to go see. In fact, there is no like legitimate backstage yet. I still have to do that. But this is the stage, so fa la 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 la. Alright, that was really bad. So let's get out of here. Alright, now the moment you've all been waiting for, we are going to enter into this scary Puerto Rican forest. Alright, so here we are in the queue. It's a really long queue. I forgot to go through Fast Pass, but whoops. So we go in through this long queue because I had to make it. Now this used to be some rose garden that used to take up this queue space, but I destroyed it because I plan to do something else with it, which coincides with Space Mountain over there. So we're going in through here. And we'll go to Grandma's house. And here she is, the grandma. She sits and tells you the story. I remember it like it was yesterday, when we were walking through this forest. A very dark and creepy one, of course. We walked along into this weirdness forest. We spotted a couple of wild horses. And as we ventured through, we saw another wild horse. There she is, the wild horse. But our troubles didn't begin until we traveled deeper into the forest. Yes, we were walking along the very dark part of the forest. And we walked, and ooh, it started to get much more creepier and darker. Until... oh no! And that is the story of the scary Puerto Rican forest. Woo! Now, if you're wondering, this is actually the scary Puerto Rican forest adventure. It does take up a lot of space. In fact, you know what, let me go to sleep now because it's probably really hard to see. At least for me it is. Alright, so now that we've woken up, I'm gonna show you, those are the tall trees of the scary Puerto Rican forest. It's just to give it some creepiness, just to give it some largeness. So this is probably one of the bigger attractions I have in the city, so... And in fact, the part where we started traveling deeper into the forest is actually underground, and this is some of the show building that resides underneath all this stuff. So that's pretty much all I have of Hollywood. Oh, I forgot to show you this. So this is the expansion we're currently having. These are some shops here that we're constructing. This is a library, actually. It's modeled after the one in my hometown, the main one, at least my homeland. And this is the inside of it. It's pretty darn big. And this is where you do your checkouts. But we'll travel through this another time. So, this is the City Hall. There's actually nothing in it, hardly at all, because it's still going under construction. This is like the reception desks and like this big thing in the back. And these travel underground to where there'll be offices and a separate meeting room. And this will be also just more offices. Now, over here is what I'm going to call my French New Orleans Square Quarter, where there'll be restaurants and craziness. And I don't know what I'm going to put in here, but I'm going to ask you, the subscribers, to ask what I should name these businesses and what their business should be. So I'll leave that up to you to post that in the comments. So that's that. Now welcome to the Hollywoodland waterfront. This is the big waterfront here we have. This also will soon give us a second entrance to my movie studios, which I will have to actually make a separate video for because that's so big. And so that's that. Now over here, if you're wondering, this is Space Mountain. I can show you that in another video because this has its own story of its own. Well, that goes for my first Minecraft Let's Play video. Tell me how I did in the comments, and adios.